Okay. Uh, Hello to all. Myself Khushbu Sodi. I'm your cloud computing subject teacher. Okay. So अब तक हमने cloud computing में देखा कि what is cloud computing and what is the types of cloud computing. So cloud computing means you know very well the storage device through which we can store the many means various types of a huge amount of data, right? So then फिर हम लोगों ने उसके बाद हम we have seen about distributed system. Many points we have studied. Okay, if you want, you can check my previous video lecture, then you will be get the particular points. So now in this only under the cloud computing, we have to see about client server architecture, which you can see is given in my this right screen. Okay, so this you can see before cloud and after hosting the cloud. So through the diagram you can get okay client server architecture, because एक ही hosting होता था तो of course error का issue होता था, but यहाँ पे many hostings given as you can see in this diagram. Yes, so because of many hosting easy, so it's ये easy हुआ particular मतलब पर्टिकुलर सर्विस को रिस्पॉन्स देना, बिकॉज अगर एक होस्ट फेल हो जाता है देन वी आर एबल टू means we can able to switch to another host and we can provide our service easily to the particular servers. Okay, so now let's discuss about client servers architecture. Client server architecture of a computer network in which many clients remote processor request and service from centralized server. So here क्या होता है, in which many clients remote processor मतलब request service, request and receive service from the centralized server host. तो यहाँ जैसे मैंने कहा कि many clients क्या करते हैं, request करते हैं for service के लिए और response लेते हैं service की with the help of centralized host. This is okay. So client and receiver can send the service through the this centralized host. Okay, so client server architecture. The client server model is distributed application structure that partitions tasks of workloads. So between the providers of resource or service called server and service request called client. मतलब service provider of resource or service means providers of resource और सर्विस कॉल सर्वर्स, मतलब जो सर्विस प्रोवाइड करेंगे उसको हम सर्वर बोलेंगे, एंड रिक्वेस्ट फॉर द सर्विस कॉल क्लाइंट. Okay, a client does not share any of resources, but request or server contain a service functions. So what is client server architecture and what are its types? So see here, server, request, response, client, and this server. Okay, you can see in this diagram particular request Koshana, then server can accept the request and send to the response. Like this happen here all. See, okay, many clients can send the particular request to the server and get the response from the servers. Okay, so this happen in this cloud hosting architecture. Cloud after there comes these points in cloud computing. Okay, yeah, in traditional way also done, but if errors occur, then all will be a chance to collapse, they destroy particular systems. Okay, but here we save the time, and a particular service can easily we can provide, server can provide to the client. Okay, so here types are given, that is tier architecture, then one tier, two tier, and three types. So three types are there here. So let's discuss about one tier architecture. Okay. So in this diagram, you can see server, business logic, data logic, and database. Okay. So let's discuss about first tier architecture. So first tier architecture. In this type of client server environment, the user interface, business logic, and data logic are present. Business logic and data logic are present. You can see here in this architecture, business logic and data logic are present in this architecture, and server can deal with this both, and data can deal with this both. You can see business logic and data logics are present in this architecture. Okay, so are present in the same system. This kind of client server services is cheapest, but it is difficult to handle because of data inconsist that allows repetition of the work. So it's easy, means you can say the client server service is cheapest, it's easy to use, it's cheapest in rate, but the difficult to handle डेटा हैंडल करना थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट है, सो दैट अलाउ द रिपीटेशन ऑफ वर्क. So this comes under the first tier architecture. Then let's say two tier architecture. Client user interface are present. DL मतलब of course business logic and data logic. यहाँ पे particular service provide करना तो cheapest है, easy है, but data handle करना little bit complicated है यहाँ पे first time है. So let's discuss about two tier कि यहाँ पे क्या होता है. See, all are works here also business logic and data logics are there. So कुछ इनहांस या कुछ अपडेट या कुछ बेस्ट वर्जन होगा ऑफ फर्स्ट वर्जन से. So let's discuss. Okay, so in second tier architecture, in this type of client server environment, user interface is stored at client machine. Okay, user interface stored the client machine and database are stored on server. So client machine में user interface store होगा, data interface store होगा server में. Okay, जैसे कि आप okay, then see here client machine में user interface store हो रहा है और database store हो रहा है server में. Okay, you can see in this figure only. So database logic and business logic are stored at either client or server. So you can see here both are stored in user interface also, like client machine also, and in database server also, right? Sorry, in server also, both are present. So okay, so database logic and business logic are stored at either client or server. Okay, so it is called client thin server architecture because both sides are both condition, yeah, both business logic and data logics are present. So it's called the thin. So means if business logic and data logic are stored at client side, it's called fat client side, fat client thin server architecture. Okay, so listen, database logic and business logic are stored at either client or server, but it must be unchanged. If business logic and data logic are stored at the client side, it is called मतलब अगर दोनों भी client side में store होगा तो उसे क्या बोलेंगे? Client thin server architecture. Yeah, client thin server architecture when both are stored. If business logic and data logic are stored on server, so it is called thin client or fat server architecture. Okay, thin client, fat client and thin server मतलब अगर दोनों इसमें स्टोर होगा तो ये thin client मतलब first of all मतलब listen, अगर both are stored in client architecture, then it's called fat client and thin server, right? And if both are stored in this, then it's called thin client and fat server. जहां पे स्टोर होगा वो फैट साइड इधर आएगा, फैट क्लाइंट हियर, अगर इधर स्टोर होगा तो फैट सर्वर हियर. सो एज लाइक इसको ऐसे हम लोग कॉल करेंगे. ओके, अगर यूजर इंटरफेस में स्टोर होगा तो इट्स कॉल्ड thin server and fat client, and here thin client and fat server. Okay, if business logic and data logic are stored on server, it is called thin client and fat server architecture. This kind, okay, so this kind of architecture are affordable and better. Okay, so second tier architecture is useful where a client talks directly to server. So second tier architecture में क्या होता है? Client can directly communicate with through the server to the server. Okay, so here in second architecture, it's useful where a client talks directly to the server. There is a no intervening server. Okay, it is a typically used in small environment. Here, the user interface is placed at user desktop environment, and the DBMS database management system service are usually placed in a server information processing in split between the user system interface environment and the database management server environment. So this about the client second tier architecture here. Okay, so this is the second tier architecture here. First tier architecture में हमने क्या देखा था? Information easily cheapest की easily वो move हो पा रही थी and can use it, but data handle करने को little bit थोड़ा सा complicated था यहाँ पे. Okay, so इस वजह से हमने second tier architecture को develop किया. Then second tier architecture में अगर both are saved in this, then it's called thin server and fat client. And here if save, then it's called thin client and fat server. Okay, so let's see about three tier architecture. So as you can see here, user interface is there in client, right? then request given, then middleware, the both business logic and data logics. Okay, this is comes under the middleware. And database, that is the database, you know very well, is server. So it is a client, database is a server, and this is response, request sent after accepting request through the middleware like business logic and data logic. Then it's able to take this request and send back to the response to the user interface, that is client, via middleware. So let's discuss about three-tier architecture. Okay, so three-tier architecture is used to improve performance for large number of users. It also improves flexibility when compared to the two-tier approach. But the development environment is more difficult to use than the development of two-tier application. So this is about your three-tier architecture. So why use client-server architecture? The client-server architecture decrease network traffic by providing a query response rather than total file transfer. It allows multi-user updating through a graphical user interface to the shared database. It uses SQL or some other languages statement to communicate between client and server. So let's see advantages of client-server architecture. There are benefits of client-server architecture, such as client-server architecture has fully right to control all activities of entire network centralized. All data is saved on the central area. Okay, so let's discuss about advantages here. Okay, all network device can be handled centrally or concurrence like as backup and networks. Okay, protection also can be managed certainly. All users also have a right to access entire shared files which are stored centrally. Okay, you can see in central cloud hosting only, right? Okay, and then users are able to access all data anytime. Okay, and anywhere. So you have not any place or foundations. Then it can be scale, that means as per the requirement, its size can be explained. It provides, you can say it provides the integration of service, that means it grants permission of your entire client to access corporate data within the using of own terminal and element or unnecessary login permissions. Client-server architecture is designed on because of distributed model. That means to replace, repair any updating and recolor server without affecting of client. It is capable to bear massive uses. Client-server network has best management to the keep all record of entire files. So all user can find any file easily. It allows the user to decrease the data repetition for their application. So what we have seen about client servers have the server network has means what have here best management to keep the all records. So through this client server architecture, you can easily keep the all records, right? So of entire files, and if whenever you require any file, then you can easily take it. Okay, so this is all about the advantages, and you can keep the control, right? So let's discuss about disadvantages in cloud client server architecture. So here we will separate light on some limitations of client server architecture, such as if main server gets held, then entire system will be failed. Okay, and then client server architecture is needed special network operating system, more expensive to configure their hardware and software component. You need well qualified technical staff for maintaining the server. Traffic congestion problem. If large number of clients try to send requests at the same time frame, then traffic congestion problem can be created. So its cost is not affordable for normal user. So this is about the client servers architectures. What these client server architectures, disadvantages. Okay. So now before peer-to-peer architecture, let's discuss about. Okay, let's discuss the characteristic of client server architecture here. So client server architecture characters. What is the characters of client server architectures? Okay, okay. So here there means features you can say of client server architecture, characteristic of client server architecture. So perform all activities according to system request and response, according to system request and response, because client first request to server, then server send response with the required information. It follow all rules of common communication protocol, because all communication protocol are present on the application layer. So client server architecture comes under this, like all. It first send the request, then it's reply to the particular means response will become through the server only. So it follows all rules of common communication protocol, because all communication protocol are presented on the application layer. So then server. Server is capable to receive limited number of requests of client system at once, because it uses the system-based priority of for getting response or multiple requests. Denial of service attacks hinder server capability to respond to authenticate the client's request by including duplicate requests. Okay, so this is all about the client server architecture. Okay, so let's discuss about. So this is about peer-to-peer architecture here. So in peer-to-peer architecture, so what is peer-to-peer architecture? Okay, after the watching, okay, after seeing the about cloud computing client server architectures, let's move on the peer-to-peer architecture. Here you can see node 1, node 2, node 3, which are matlab is, you have studied in your networking also, mesh topology, star topology. It is a form like a star, right? So P2P, P2P architecture, let's discuss about it. Okay, so peer-to-peer architecture. What is a peer-to-peer architecture? A peer-to-peer architecture consists of the decentralized network of peer nodes that are both clients and servers. Okay, let's one wait. Let me drink the water. Okay. So here in peer-to-peer architecture, data is peer-to-peer architecture. A peer-to-peer, that is a P2P architecture, consists of a decentralized network of peer nodes that are both client and server. P2P network is distributed the workload between peers, and peers contribute the consume resource within the network without the needs for centralized server. What is the peer-to-peer cloud computing? So we are studying about peer-to-peer cloud computing here. So in peer-to-peer, so let's discuss about peer-to-peer cloud computing. So in peer-to-peer cloud computing, the peer-to-peer computing is architecture, which you can see in the diagram only. Okay, the contents nodes that are equal participate in data sharing. So nodes are sharings through the, you can see here node 1, node 2 up to node 5. And so many nodes you can upload it. So these all nodes are used for which purpose? of course, sharing purpose, we are using this all nodes, right? So all tasks, just 1 minute. So in P2P computing architecture, the contents nodes that are equally participate in data sharing. You can see here the nodes are given which are used to share the data. Data. Okay, all the tasks equally divided between all nodes. So whatever task is given is equally divided through the all nodes, yeah, to the all nodes, and that's so they can able to use, they can able to share particular information. Okay, that is a task, or you can say. So all tasks are equally divided between the all nodes. The nodes interact with each other, they require as a shared resource. So whatever resource they require, they are interact. Suppose one nodes go working at two nodes, say they can share the nodes between interacting or communicate with each other, and they can share the nodes means tasks or data okay between them. So which is an example of peer-to-peer architecture, the point of peer-to-peer architecture. Because why we using P2P means what is a P2P cloud computing? I think so. अभी आपको समझ में आया होगा कि कोई भी टास्क है वो इक्वली डिवाइड किया गया है ऑल नोड्स में, राइट? और if suppose node 1 or node 2 को data sharing करना है, then they can communicate, they can interact with each other, like node 1 or node 3, right? 3 and 5 and 2 and 4, and if they want node 1 want to communicate or want to share particular tasks between 4 and between 4, then you can see here node 1 and 4 is can communicate with each other. Then node 1 and 5 can communicate with each other, right? Like this, only node 2 and node 3 can communicate with each other. Node 2 and node 5 can share the tasks between them. Then node 4 can share the tasks between node 1, node 3, node 2 and node 5. मतलब हर एक नोड एक दूसरे से, node 1 can share tasks through to the 2 with the help of 3, 4, 5. मतलब it's 4 2, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. So node 1 can communicate, can divide the tasks, and can share the or exchange the info. Like this, only node 2 can communicate, can share, can exchange the data through between, yeah, with the help of through the, yeah, with the node 1, 2, 4, 5 and 3. Like this happen in 3 also. They can also share particular tasks data in 1 with the help of with the 2, 1, 4, 5. So हर एक नोड एक दूसरे से डेटा शेयर कर सकते हैं, टास्क डिवाइड कर सकते हैं, कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं. इसलिए यहाँ पे गिवन है पीर टू पीर आर्किटेक्चर, मतलब पर्टिकुलर नोड कैन share the data. So here, which is the example of peer-to-peer architecture. So sharing large files over the, so I hope so कि you आपको समझ में आया होगा peer-to-peer cloud computing में क्या होता है. The peer-to-peer computing architecture contain the nodes that are equal participate in data sharing. All the tasks are equally divided between all nodes. The nodes interact with each other as required as shared resource, which is example of peer-to-peer architecture, P2P. So sharing large file over the internet is often done using P2P, P2P. Network architecture, many Linux operating system are distributed with bit tolerant download using P2P transfer. Such example, Ubuntu, Linux, and me. So how does P2P work? So in you can say in a peer-to-peer network, computers on the networks are equal with each workstation, providing access to net resource and data. This is a simple type of network where computers are able to communicate with one another and share what is on or attach the their computer with other users. What are the computers peer-to-peer? So peer-to-peer environment is composed of a network of peer-to-peer application. Each of the peer-to-peer applications consists of user interface, service client, service publications, and discovery agent, a set community service, and set of peer code. So what are the advantages of peer-to-peer networks? So easy of file sharing. This is the advantages of peer-to-peer network. Okay, so then easy file sharing by advantage. It is the advantage of peer-to-peer network, can share files quickly over large distance, right? So peer-to-peer में I say directly large distance से भी it can share the share the file. Okay, if large distance large through the large distance also here. Okay, then reduce cost. There is no need to invest in separate computer for server when setting up P2P networks. Then adaptability, P2P networks expand to include new client easily. What are the two main characteristics of P2P networking models? The architecture of P2P network, all computers have the same responsibility and abilities. All computer connected with each other because there is a no server computer. All computers are connecting in group to share files and other resources as well. The maximum number of computer is 12 or less than 12. What are the advantages of peer-to-peer? Key advantages of peer-to-peer network is easy file sharing. Unadvantages is P2P network can share file quickly over large distance. File can be accessed anytime. Reduce cost. There is a no need to invest in separate computer or for server when setting up P2P networks. So this about all your P2Ps means P2P architectures. So we have studied about advantages and you can say the architectures. This diagram we have discussed how to data tasks and divided and can share through this all nodes. Yet with okay, then we have studied about characteristics of what P2P architecture here. So then three-tier architecture we have studied. This is a two-tier architecture and first-tier architecture. These are the part of client and server architectures, right? So here you can see in client servers having business logic and database having data logics. Okay. So, and in second architecture, we have studied about the client servers. If business logic and data logics are situated, yeah, are introduced in this, then we can say thin fat client and thin server. And if these both are introduced in database, then we can say what it is when we let me okay. So database then is called the business logic and data logic, that is thin client and fat server. So this is comes in the database and in server machine. So request and response are done here. If client can send request, then server will respond it, and if server request, then vice versa will happen. Okay, is reply and response. This all happen through the protocol, which we can see here. We have already studied. We can see here. Server can send the request response, then again this request response happens, so it required the particular protocols data. You know very well protocols we have studied in our IoT lecture also in previous year in your fifth same. What is the protocol, why, how to use this all, right? How to communicate with through the protocols particular client. Okay, this all we have studied in my previous lecture. So if you know, if you have the knowledge about protocols networking, then you will be get easily about client server architectures. And peer-to-peer also part of this cloud computing only. So how peer-to-peer synchronize and asynchronize through the happen. Okay, so these are all about your client server architecture. So this all comes in your cloud computing only. So you know very well cloud computing roles. it's play a vital role in our daily life, because with the help of cloud computing, it easy means we don't do hectic work. Means if we forget PD and anything, then we can easily switch to our cloud, I mean our drive, and we can able to remove particular data. So this will happen for this purpose. We require the good internet connectivity, right? So this is all about cloud computing. So cloud computing is very interesting. In this, we have studied many concepts, many points, right? All are very important and very interesting points. We have seen my two practical in my previous video. First one is how to store data. Okay, and second one is how to make the project in cloud and how to do billing documentation through the cloud. So all are given. And virtual machine, you know, instance virtual machine. So okay, so in upcoming lectures we will move on, we will see next point, which is also part of cloud computing. Okay, so modules interface. So in this we will see the what module interface communication, then request reply. So all we so this all point we will see in my next lecture. So today's lectures over here. Thank you. Okay, and if you have any query, any doubts regarding today's lecture, then you can communicate with me. You have my, or you all have my contact number also. And in our noon sessions, we conduct the Zoom meeting. So in this also, if you have any queries, then you can join this Zoom meeting, which okay, and directly contact with me. And if you have any question regarding this today's lecture, then you can ask me. Okay, and if you miss the Zoom meeting, then contact me. You all have my numbers. Okay, so okay, okay, so over here.